This is the Canuck and Yankee show. I'm here with the Canuck, and yeah, we're gonna do a show. Yeah, last time I checked. Yeah. And also, I've got some updates for everybody out there on DLive's new protocol. I found gone down a rabbit hole here for everybody, and I contacted DLive directly, and then I figured out that they have their own Discord for the new protocol. So there's a possibility. What I'm going to look at is running the DLive protocol on Linux, but I'm going to use Wine. Wine is a way to run Windows programs on Linux. So I may be able to get everything up and running by using Wine, and that's going to be for a future stream, and then everybody can check it out and we can discuss it. Yeah, just go ahead, play piano. I'm just gonna keep my cam on, and then I'm just gonna post to all the media out there. Holy shit. All right. I'm almost there. I'm almost done. I just have one more, maybe. I really should hit Gilded. Let me hit Gilded. My, oh my, oh my. Gilded, Gilded, Gilded. Learn more. That's great. 2022 Gilded update. That's really great. That's great. All right. Now everybody decides to text me while I'm live. That's not cool. Let me put that. I do a 1 hour snooze, and Canuck, can you hear me? Is there anybody out there? Just not if you can hear me. Ah. Yeah, right. Well, it's no longer Facebook. It's Meta. Yeah, you're supposed to be just calling it Meta so you can give him free advertising, and but we're gonna start out with Twitter. I mean Twitter, otherwise known as Twitler in a lot of circles because of its ban on certain types of political thought. But let me see. Maybe we don't even need the show notes. I guess for right now we don't need to load them up. Oh shit! I actually I put the extremely derogatory term for Zuck's Bucks. You know, the other word that begins with an F. I should probably get that out of the show notes. I was a typo. I thought I was typing Zuck Bucks, but I was typing. You know what I'm saying? I was typing. All right, listen. Fuck Bucks. All right, I'm keeping it there. You heard it here first. When we get to it. All right, so state of Twitler. We've got Elon Musk making big moves. Sorry? Twitler? Yeah, you could. The state of Twitler, as in, where is it at? What's it up to? The state of Twitler. It is not the 51st state in the union. We are just analyzing the state of Twitter, its essence, so to speak. On Thursday this week, April 14th, Elon Musk announced an offer to buy Twitter for $54.20 a share. It's a huge story with the fast-moving parts. It's also a story that will likely stretch out over the next few months. Twitter boards adopts poison pill to thwart Musk's takeover bid. The day after Musk announced his proposal to buy Twitter, the company's board responded with a poison pill. This is basically the board's way of saying thanks but no thanks. The poison pill consists of a new shareholders' rights plan to give certain shareholders the right to purchase more stock if Musk or another buyer attempts to seize control. And it signals that Twitter's board intends to fight Musk's bid to take sole ownership of the company. Yeah. Yeah. I think it was around the 50 billion range in cash. He said in cash, not fuck buck. I mean zuck bucks. It's not. We're not talking about fuck bucks here. We're talking about Musk bucks. Musk. But it's clear that he is offering Twitter shareholders a pretty fair premium, $43 billion for a company with a $37 billion market cap. I mean, this is ridiculous. Why the investors wouldn't take the offer. Twitter has become extremely marginalized. It's its own echo chamber now across the platform. If you don't adhere to the woke, disturbed aspects of politics, leftist politics, you basically don't have a voice on this platform. So it's lost a lot of users. There's no original thought on Twitter. There's no anything resembling conservative thought, blah blah blah. So I think eventually he will money talks, bullshit walks. That's what my dad used to say. Right? Well, he's going to open it up. He would probably bring Trump back. He'd bring the Trumpster back. He'd bring other people. Obviously, would flood back to the platform. There's already talk of that all over the internet now. So you would get some real growth for a while. And I would imagine Musk, I mean, he's doing too many things at once. There's no way that he can handle Twitter. He'll just probably put somebody in charge, and then he's going to use it as his podium, right? And probably, I think eventually, I mean, if he's able to take over Twitter, I think long term, eventually he's going to continue to abuse the network, abuse the platform. I mean, he basically commits exchange fraud with Security Exchange Commission by talking about, he'll talk publicly about taking Tesla private and things like that, and trying to control shares. You can't do that. I mean, that's violation of SEC guidelines, and he's been fined for that. But I think he would. He's very arrogant. He would continue to do stuff like that and continue to get into hot water. But I think it's only a matter of time now. I mean, these shareholders only care about money. They don't, this whole the people that are extremely woke in Twitter, that really want to promote this woke ideology, are not. They don't have massive shares of Twitter. There's actually a lot of Saudi Arabians and in the Middle East. There's a lot of oil-rich guys, Middle Eastern guys, that have shares in Twitter. And that's why you see, you don't. There's still a lot of, a lot of their political thought is still allowed on Twitter because they own so much of it. But I mean, those guys would still be they would still be able to do what they do on Twitter if Musk takes over, and I think they firmly realize that. They just want to get as much money as possible for their shares. Oh, I wanted to just check some of these articles that I had. Musk was recently on stage in Vancouver, in your neighborhood, Canuck, for a well-timed interview with TED Talk founder Chris Anderson. During the conversation, Musk spoke about his obsession with the truth and echoed comments he made in his SEC filing about wanting to protect free speech and democracy. You cannot underestimate what a roller coaster ride this has been so far. He buys stock. He's joining the board. No, wait, he's not joining the board. He could buy more stock, blah, blah, blah. This is all, it's just typical Musk fashion. It's constant publicity for him. Let me just check. There's a CBS News article in a Wall Street Journal, which is probably on a paywall, but let me just quickly... have to see this stupid poison pill that Twitter is responding with and how effective that is. We'll know in a couple of weeks. I would imagine. It is also the possibility Musk just gets bored and moves on to the next thing. Maybe comes back to it. He may do that. I could see that. I'm just waiting for Twitter to continue to make mistakes. But we can move on to... actually, I wanted to discuss a little bit about Splinternet, right? And the current state of Splinternet. Splinternet is just the increasing fragmentation of the internet on a regional basis. So you already have the CCP with their firewall that basically inside China blocks Facebook, Twitter, all our major social media platforms, Google search, YouTube, what have you. And then Russia has already been practicing with technology to turn the outside internet off, kind of like what China's doing with the firewall. They've got Rusgram, which replaces Instagram. So they're starting, and China's already done the same thing. They basically just create their own versions of well-known popular platforms in the West. Those are the two big ones. And then you have, obviously, North Korea, the Hermit Kingdom. You've got Iran and a lot of Middle Eastern countries, Islamic-centric countries that have a very strict internet access, freedom of speech, things along those lines. So it's... Well, here's a definitive guide coming from mad.co. The Splinternet is a term coined by economists to describe an emerging reality where cyberspace is controlled and regulated by different countries. The Splinternet, which was previously just a concept, has now become a dangerous reality with the future of the World Wide Web at stake. Governments and advocates in support of free and open internet have an obligation to stem the tide of authoritarian regimes isolating the web to control information and their populations. The current Splinternet is an extension of the splintering trend that has occurred within international relations, and it comes at a time when cyberspace remains relatively unregulated. 3 reasons for the shift. Firstly, states have felt increasing pressure to control information in response to events such as Arab Spring, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Iran's nuclear program. Thirdly, there is no global governance body with jurisdiction over all countries who share responsibility for ensuring. Secondly is cyber attacks. And the future is not bleak, though. Human rights organizations have been championing digital rights as part of core fundamental freedoms that are necessary in order to ensure the meaningful exercise of human rights. Also, Web3, blockchain, and IPFS, interplanetary file system, all underbelly technologies that are going to form a more censor-proof internet. I've been covering Nervos, the Nervos network. That's all based on, it's a crypto token you can mine, and it's trying to provide a foundation at the file storage level for a new internet. And with that, you could leverage what Nervos network is doing, and you can access that from anywhere with VPNs and things along those lines. So at the same time, you've got and there's also a lot of stuff going on out there with VPNs. I've discussed that Deeper Web product, which is both a server and a client, where you can mine the crypto to use the VPN. It's free for now, but there's products like that. You're going to see more and more technology centered around VPNs and helping protect individuals while they're online, so they can get to the content they want to get to. So that's the basics of Splinternet. Well, let me just check this. So there is a global network initiative which is trying to promote unrestricted yet responsible internet usage, and countries are agreeing to a code of conduct in this global network initiative. Code will not only regulate what information can be shared online, but also how it should be monitored. This would entail guidelines on how to restrict harmful content, prevent censorship or surveillance from third parties such as governments or corporations, and protect human rights online. Oh my God. Iran's government employs an extensive online surveillance program known as, I want you to guess, what would Iran name their extensive online surveillance program? If you were Iran, what would you name it, Canuck? I'll give you a hint. It's a type of food. Halal net. Like halal food that's been basically blessed for consumption. Halal is a Muslim religious practice. It is of or being meat from animals slaughtered in the manner prescribed by the Sharia law. And so they're naming their online surveillance program Halal Net. So you guys, everybody, you've learned something today. So there it is. Yeah, Halal Net. Halal, Halal, Halal Net. Yeah, Halal Net, yeah. And it monitors citizens' activities by scanning websites and apps such as Telegram, Gmail, Yahoo Mail. Yeah. So we can move on. We can move on to everyone's favorite android, everyone's favorite humanoid, Mark Zuckerberg. We'll move over. We'll move over to the media viewer. Why not? Let's see. So, taking a look at The Verge, Meta is reportedly making Zuck bucks, baby. In Zuck we trust. Get fucked. I mean, get zucked.
Yeah, who says the best things in life are free? Just give me Zuck bucks.
Meta may have given up on its DM cryptocurrency. This was called Libra. But was he also
Oh yeah,
doing
right.
one? Oh my god. Yeah, DM. DM was, I don't know. I can't tell if he launched Libra. I'm not sure if DM is just the overall project that Libra was under. It looks like it is. But that failed miserably. He's had, in recent memory, past 10 years, he's nothing he's done has succeeded. I mean, the only thing he's done, he got Facebook really to become viral through college campuses, and that was it. And then he was able to get enough market share to really take it the distance and get real growth. But everything that he's tried has gone nowhere.
Seems that way.
And he just buys up. He buys up the market in order to keep himself going. He bought up,
Yeah.
got WhatsApp, he got Instagram, he bought the Quest VR goggles. I mean, he just buys it. And we'll have to see long term. I mean, I've got, don't I have it somewhere? Thought I had stock price up here, and I probably just, it was around 200. Yeah, so Meta. This is when, so Meta Platforms Inc. It used to be called Facebook. 2012 is when it came out. It had a recent high, 365, and now it's plummeted to 210.
That's
We'll
a
have
lot
to
of
see. I
money.
mean,
Yeah.
he may get to the point where he's doesn't have. Well, that's going to take a while longer, but he won't have that money anymore. Millions of liquidity, billions of dollars in liquidity, to just go and gobble up companies. And
Yeah, I mean that would be happening when Elon's Muskie boy. He's still making bank. He's got SpaceX, Tesla's doing really good, but Facebook lost what was it, $28 billion in one day or something? 48? I don't know what the heck was it. A lot of money down in the tubes. Yeah, his
so,
track record's not good, and Metaverse seems to be not taking off the way he hoped it would. Eh?
yeah, no, it's it's basically like paying people to use it. It's just going to be
It's not a good business
uh,
formula. Hey, I'll pay you $10 to come see my concert. No.
yeah, it's not going to be. Although I'm still there. I still have plans. I have to take the bullet for everybody and check it out. I mean, I've got to see what he's
Well, you
up to.
do. And that just going back to my reoccurring theme on that, though, is we need to get a thing like they have for people that go in the backcountry skiing, like an avalanche tracker. So if you get lost in the metaverse, we can find you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just being selfish. I like hanging out with you. And, but yeah, I know you're going to go in the metaverse. And
But so Zuckbucks are basically like an Ethereum ERC20 token, like a utility token.
right.
Now, I highly doubt he'll be stupid enough to call them Zuckbucks, but you never know. But I think people are kind of degrading him by calling them Zuckbucks. It's kind of like
Right on.
a jab at Meta. But so he's going to try to get these bucks in
It's not
games.
officially. It's that's not the official name. Like it's it's just what people are calling the Zuck Bucks. He's going to come up with something. What do you think is like a different name, right?
Yeah, he'll come out with something stupid.
He can't outdo Iran. I don't think he can outdo Iran on stupid names, but he might. I mean, even the Meta, is that the company's name? That's kind of dumb in itself. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm just passing wising rhetorically. Oh, yeah, and I was going to complain about what was it before? Twitter. We were talking about Twitter. Um, okay. Well, I for some reason have a Twitter account. I never freaking use it, and I get Twitter messages from Donald Trump Jr. and like he and I don't have anything in common, and I've definitely never sent him any fan mail. So Twitter needs to get it together that like you only get messaged by people you want to get messaged by or something. We discussed that, didn't we?
well, yeah,
Not to get
it's actually a good discussion. We can go over briefly. Just Twitter needs to just be made simpler. I mean, if Musk were to take control, that would be the best thing to do. That's it. Just whoever you follow, that's it. There is no discovery algorithm.
yeah,
No, get rid of the algorithm entirely, and it's just whoever you follow, and that's what you'll get tweets from. And then
yeah. I know it's crazy.
if you want to take an active role in finding or discovering new tweets, then
Yeah,
make the app work for it, and do it that way. But don't have this silly
like yeah, of
algorithm
course.
that.
If I wanted to hear from Donnie Jr., I could find him and hit a button that says "Send me everything Donnie is saying," but it doesn't make any sense. Like I'm not I'm not in that camp at all. I
Yeah,
mean, I
it's
read them
come.
sometimes.
They've the algorithms have destroyed
It's
Twitter.
terrible. It's
It
terrible.
really needs to
You
be
know,
simplified.
it sucks. You know, in my opinion, I can deal with Facebook. I can maneuver around Facebook, and you know, the stuff that comes up is generally not too bad. But no, I'm sorry. And you mentioned that I should, as a common user of the social media platforms, as opposed to an advanced, complete, deep in person like the Yankee. Yeah, I have a bitch. So going back to Zuckbucks, um, so it's another idea that Marky Boy has to imprint his soul upon the world or something, eh?
Yeah, so I mean, we don't know much about it, but he'll try to incorporate it into uh, games and the
I
Quest
see.
Quest goggles, the VR, the virtual reality communities he's
Hmm.
trying to build. But I want to move
Right
on
on.
to his actual market share, absolutely plummeting. I'm trying to find,
Hmm.
and that's guess it's for another day, another stream. But I wanted to find it's a history of his declining market share of the company.
Right.
But here, according to Sky.com, news.sky.com out of Australia, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg takes $29 billion hit. Now, this was the big hit he took back in February. We're talking
Hmm.
like over $200 billion. The company lost. His net worth
Whoa.
fell by $85 billion.
Hmm.
Um,
What was the
it,
total again? 400 something?
total what loss?
Yeah, on the day for Facebook or Meta, I
I
should
think it
say.
was around 220, around at least 200 billion loss. But what I'm interested in is just he only now has 13% of the company.
Well, it's 85 compared to 20. He owns more like about 30% of the company, but there might be different kinds of shares. I don't really know. But if he lost 85, and
I mean, my
that
understanding
just goes to
was
how
for
much.
most of the early part of Facebook, at least the first 5 to 10 years, uh, Zuckerberg had always made sure he had over 50%. in shares so that he can maintain full control. But those days are gone, and I'm trying to figure out when that switch was. That when he changed to Meta, or was it a few years before that? Disappointing quarter results. Zuckerberg, Facebook's founder and chief executive, Meta owns about 12.8% of the company, which is still valued at more than $660 billion. They don't tell you what type of shares. I mean, he might have multiple shares, different types, but we're not getting that. It's kind of hard to determine that.
Okay,
You really have
I
to
think
dig.
I got it. Meta platforms, which changed the name to Facebook last year, attempted to shift the company away. Has seen more than 500 billion in market value destroyed from September peak. So 500 down to 85. Yeah, that makes sense then. That's a $500 billion in lost value on the stock exchange. That's a lot of dough, bro. It's hard for anybody to conceive of how much a billion is, much less $500 billion. So, what do you think the shareholders think of Mark?
They're not very happy.
You think?
And I mean, U.S. interest rates are gonna go up. The Fed Reserve's gonna be. They've already stated publicly they'll keep rising, probably like a quarter of a percentage point each time, maybe even a bigger hike, and that always makes stocks seem less valuable.
I see.
People
That's because the bond market.
Yeah, people tend to switch to the bond market, or at least start looking at
Yeah,
that.
because the interest rate starts getting almost interesting in the bond market. So low right now, it starts getting to be 5 or 6% on the bonds. People start looking at that as a super safe. Plus, people are getting skittish with all the wars and crazy stuff that's going on, supply chain issues, geopolitical conflict, potential economic conflicts, obviously with Russia, potentially with China. Moving money into the bond market and out of the stock market would make sense, especially because we both feel that the stock market is way overvalued at this particular point. All right, that's my take on finance.
Well, I mean, it's going to be harder and harder for Zuckerberg to deal with Meta and
Yeah.
and the disappointment that he's going to have with interest rates going up. It's going to be
Doesn't look good. All right, well, we'll follow that.
And what
I guess
else
it's
do we
good
have?
that you
We
didn't.
got what? Go ahead.
Well, you didn't take the job. Didn't they offer you a job and you?
Oh, they're still
And then-
contacting me, but I'm thinking about talking to the HR guys just to see if I
Go
can
deep.
get a scoop. Yeah, get the scoop.
Go deep, man. Go undercover. If you want to join the metaverse, join the god of the metaverse, man.
I need to remove this article. But we can move on to music festivals. You ready
Oh,
to
that'd
do
be
that?
fun. All right, well, check it out. I'll give you first-hand experience here. I'm actually.
I have to move that over. Hold on a second. Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, of course. She's my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, no, I'm not a fan. No. Yeah, because jazz, they've had a hard time trying to get a new audience for jazz, unfortunately. Wu-Tang Clan, Wu-Tang Clan, yeah, yeah. They're real good. Woo, 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 woo. I'll should I bring up the media viewer or what? I've got the links from the last couple shows here. I should have everything in there. I don't know if you might have sent some new ones.
No, that's pretty well. There's some new ones, but they're later on the U.S. All the Canadian ones are there.
Oh, wait a minute. This is
There's not that many left, actually.
something. Something got twisted here.
Okay, well, should I go on or?
Yeah, go do your thing. I've
All right,
got it
well,
right here. Here's Song Kick, Canada.
yeah.
Those are the two
CA.
ones that. This is the main Ticketmaster site.
No, it's not a Ticketmaster site. Ticketmaster doesn't sell hardly any tickets. Everything I checked for selling tickets, there was only one that Ticketmaster's doing. All right, how about if I just go on if or I don't know what's going on here. I'll just wait for headquarters to tell me what's going on.
Well,
I don't know who these guys are. Yeah, there's
was there a
festivals.
link? Was there a link you sent recently?
No, it's just that's the link, and then I just edited out of the link because it's got. If you scroll down, there's a zillion fucking festivals. I couldn't list them all. This is what you'll find if you go to this website, people.
This
You will find
Hyperspace
all
Metal
this stuff.
Festival
I
in
have no
Vancouver.
idea. Listen, I don't know where the heck you are.
Wow. I'm
All
on the
right,
Song
listen.
Kick site.
Well, it's the link that says Canada after it. I don't know. I should go back to the top here. Sorry. Soundkick.com festival/country/CA is what I'm reading off of. I have no idea where you're going. That doesn't look familiar to me at all.
No?
All right, well, we're really wasting a lot of time here.
Well, what do you want to go over?
I just was going to go through these festivals, dude, and then you wanted to go into media view. Now, so I don't know.
Go ahead.
Just go through the festivals.
Go through them.
All right. I mean, I don't.
I'll go back to the cam view. Yeah, send it. Oh, that's what's wrong here. I'd have to look it up. My Morning Jack's a good band. Coachella, whatever the hell they call it. Yeah. Probably not. I don't think so. So this is the link you sent. I'm gonna move over to media viewer so anybody out there has something visual.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of
Well,
festivals.
I've gotta move this one over. So do this. So this is the one you're talking about. It lists everything in the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm reading out of.
Coachella, Demon Night.
I don't see why
We
you're
got
getting it.
Demon Night Fest 2022 with Pixel Grip, Black Plague, Patriarchy, MV
Yeah.
Tant, Mother Juno, and Clype Cobra.
What date are you at?
That's Sunday, April 17th, and
Yeah, we see
Saturday, April
that's the thing,
16th.
folks. See, I just picked my favorites or things that were interesting, but look how many there are. Pick out another wacky one. I mean, I've up
Henry
into May
Rollins, good to
somewhere.
see you.
Yep. Now
Old
we're talking.
Settlers Music Festival, but that's all the way in Dale, Texas. That's a bit far from me.
Well, dude, get a life, man. How many miles did people travel to get to? I know people that they went from California to Woodstock, dude. You know? Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of them. Like, I love these New Orleans ones. Like, I'm on the May 20th, the Bio Boogaloo Festival. But, around the same time, there's other stuff happening. People just have to go to these websites, basically, you know, and you can find out, oh, that's happening near me, or that's worth driving, or I can go visit my sister in Clarks Grove, Minnesota, and catch the Revival Music Festival with the string cheese incident, leftover salmon, the motet, the magic beans. That's in Clarks Grove, Minnesota, dude, on the 26th of May. What do you got? Come back at me with one. That's what we'll do.
Sweetwater 420 Festival. I think
Yeah,
you already talked
that's
about
the
that.
one.
But
Yeah,
this
that
has
there I
got
am.
Butcher Brown, Pressing Strings, Little Stranger, Kitchen Dwellers, Karina Reichman. This should be getting into
Yeah, well, there you go.
May.
Yeah, well, there you go. And I'm just going to keep going while you get totally blown away by all these things. The Boogaloo Festival. All right, I got another one if you like the basics. I just did that. The Revival Festival. Rooster Walk. Little Feet. Boy, they haven't been around for a long time. That's in Martinsville, Virginia.
I
Rooster
thought
Walk
we
22.
mixed Little Feet at the Broadway Studios, didn't we? Maybe we didn't.
We mixed Sly and the Family Stone. I don't
We
think we
did the
did Little Feet.
Radiators. We mixed the
Yeah,
Radiators. I don't know why.
yeah, I remember that.
That was a really good show.
Yeah, so was the Family Stone. Um, yeah, Little Feet, band called Lettuce. That's a good name for a band. Sonny Ray and Friends. All right, Sonny Ray, I've heard her. Sammy Ray, sorry. It's on Pop's Farm in Martinsville, Virginia. Sounds pretty down home. I have Little Feet. Boy, be my Dixie chicken, and I'll be your Tennessee lamb.
Wait, whoa, wait,
Uh,
what?
Little Feet.
Chicks that have dicks? What did you say?
No,
What, Dixie
I'll
chicks?
be your
What the fuck is
Dixie
going on?
chicken.
This is a family show, Canuck.
Dude, Little Feet had a song, god damn it.
Jesus.
I'll be your Dixie chicken. No, be my Dixie chicken, I'll be your Tennessee lamb or something. Look, I didn't write the song, it was a hit. I used to have to cover it.
Holy shit, man. That's hardcore.
I know, call them up. All right, let's get real. How about the Bottle Rock Festival? All right, in Napa. Pitbull, Metallica, 21 Pilots, Spoon, Napa, California, Friday 27th to Sunday 29th, 3 days. Metallica, Pitbull. Bang your head, man. Bang your head. All right, we got the second annual Biloxi Blues Extravaganza, Mississippi Coast Coliseum in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Whoa, we got the Beach Life Festival. This one's May 13th, May 15th in Redondo Beach, California. We got Weezer, Vance Joy, The Smashing
Yo,
Pumpkins, Milky Chance, Cold War Kids, Sheryl Crow, Stone Temple Pilots. Without, of
yo.
course, the lead singer who died recently, and Capital Cities.
Wow.
And now I forget his name. What? Goddamn.
Hey, you want to do some acid, man?
Scott Whelan. Why did I forgot his name? Scott Whelan. He died in. Wait a minute. He died all the way back in 2013. I thought it
Ooh,
was sooner than that. I thought he died like
dude,
2018. What's going on, dude?
you're getting old. You're losing sense of track. I
What
think
the
you should go to
fuck?
this one. No, listen. This is
Holy
one you have
fuck.
to go
He's
to.
been dead 9 fucking years.
Well, that happens to people. All right, dig it. This is what you need. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be I'm gonna be your shrink. All right, Yankee.
Yeah.
You need to go to this one. You got a pen and paper? Write it down. It's coming up at the end of May. You got time to plan the trip. You got to go to San Francisco. You know where San Francisco is, right?
Yeah.
You used to live there. All right. At the Parkside, wherever the heck that is.
No, I know the park
It's the,
side. Yeah.
yep. All right. Now check it. You have to go. Heavy Psych Sounds Festival, San Francisco. Dead Meadow, Weed Eater, Bongzilla, The Atomic, Bitchwax, Nebula, Hot Lunch, High Reaper, and Hippie Death Cult. Dude, you have to go to that one. It'll change your life. You'll come back. You know the place?
Here it is. Heavy Psych Sounds Fest, San
Yep.
Francisco. All right.
Yep.
Everybody who wants to go to the show with me. We got Dead Meadow, Weed Eater, Bongzilla, The Atomic Bitchwax, and more.
You gotta go.
Okay. And it's at the Parkside, which
Yep.
I mean, it's not a big club, okay?
It's a club. Oh my god!
This is a small club, the Parkside.
Oh, that's going to be insane. Oh my god, that's going to be absolutely insane. All right, we'll get there early. See if you can book tickets in advance.
Yeah, this is the Parkside right here. 1600.
No
It's right in the
kidding.
Mission District, right?
Oh, yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, it's right in the Mission District.
17th Street. Yeah, that's where we used to work. Right in that same neighborhood.
What are you talking about? I'm looking it up on a map. It's
Guitar Center, dude. We worked at Guitar Center with 9th and Mission.
Yeah, well, there it is.
All right.
Yeah, it's right by Jackson.
That's our pick. That's the Canuck and Yankee pick of. Check this one out, people.
Well, it's right next to the Mission. It's right next to the Mission District.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Anyway, yeah, but that's
cool.
That's the show right there. That's
a good one. All right. If that's too much for you, you can go to Massachusetts. Oh, this is in your neighborhood. You can Wilco's Solid Sound Festival. Wilco, you know Wilco, right? The band Wilco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know those guys actually. I've met them a few times, and they used to work with my drummer, Rick Parnell. Okay, Wilco, Japanese breakfast. What the heck is a Japanese breakfast? What do they eat for breakfast in Japan? All right, how about this? This sounds warm and fuzzy for you. It's in Pennsylvania and Tarentum, Pennsylvania. It's the Sincerity Fest. Isn't that nice? It's one day only. It's only $40. Human Animal, Path to Misery. That's totally different than the other one in San Francisco. Oh, this might be good. Seattle Pop Punk Festival. You punk people? New
Yeah.
it sounds like it's at a saloon, Slim's Last Chance. Might be another one of those um, club-based festivals. You see that one? It's on the 2nd of June.
What's it?
It's the punk festival.
What's the full
Uh,
title?
Seattle Pop Punk Festival 22, Thursday, June 2nd. They're all in chronicle order.
Seattle Pop Punk Fest. Thursday. Head honcho, Dusty.
Whatever. Uh, Here's something completely different. The Back 40 Bluegrass Festival, happening in Missouri, Curryville. Um, Moving right along, Newport Beach Jazz Festival. That's been around for like ever. Oh my God. It's a good deal. 3 days for $200 general. Um, Leonard Skinner. Leonard Skinner's playing
Wow.
in Maryland uh, on the 3rd of June at the Let's Go Music Festival. They got Leonard
They've
Skinner.
got a live streaming section. Did you see that? Have you checked that out?
Oh, really? No, I haven't seen it. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
So let's
Yeah,
check
these
this
guys are
out.
really.
David Morales live stream started 5 hours, 17 minutes ago. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? They're doing this
Hey,
on
well,
Twitch.
it's a good freaking good link. That's wherever the heck we're at. All right, I'm going to keep moving on because I could be here all day doing this, but I got a gig tonight. We got the Capital Jazz Fest, which is happening also in Maryland, Columbia. Um, that is happening on Saturday, June the 4th. Got another Bluegrass Festival. It's an outdoor festival. It's at an RV park, Happy Holiday RV Park, North Carolina, Cherokee, North Carolina. Got the Down Home Cherokee Bluegrass Festival. All you bluegrass people. Got San Francisco Jazz Festival.
Here we go.
Uh,
Gonna rock out here.
okay, you want to wrap this up? I can wrap it up pretty quick
Yeah,
if you
wrap it
want to
up.
move on. All right, we're going to just go to the end of June, and we'll continue with the updates in the United States for July. Quickly, we've got the Bill Monroe Bluegrass Festival happening in Beans Blossom, Indiana. That's in early June, June 10th. We got the Flagstaff Blues and Brews in Flagstaff, Arizona on June 10th as well. Also on June 10th, the Hog Farm Hideaway. And now this is interesting. I know this neighborhood. I used to live near there. I also played gigs up there. I know where it is, Laytonville, California. It's getting up in Mendocino County. The Hog Farm, which is based in New Mexico. They have an enclave in Laytonville. They've had it since the 70s. And they're having a hideaway with the string cheese incident. Tickets are between $125 and $1,000 for 3 days of music, depending on something. We got the Aura Fest with Impending Doom, and that's happening in Savannah, Georgia. It's outdoor. Here's one for you in your neighborhood: the Governor's Ball Music Festival. Um,
On
we
Governor's
got
Island?
it's happening in City Field, actually.
Oh,
They're
with the Mets
holding it in
play.
the yeah, Glass Animals, Playboy Cardi, I don't know who, Kid Cody, whatever. All right, moving quickly along. Orange Loop Rock Festival presents Orange Loop Rock Festival. Stone Temple Pilots, Puddle of Mud. That's happening in Atlantic City, New Jersey, on one day only, Sunday, June 12th. Bonnaroo, huge festival. Bonnaroo. It's happening in Manchester, Tennessee. Tickets go for between $350 and $3,500 for 5 days of music, $3,500. That must be the VIP with champagne or something. Moving right along, June 16th, Circus of Life Festival in Albany, New York. The 17th in Birmingham, Alabama, we have the Amorphous Festival. Sonic Jam Festival with LA Guns is happening in St. Charles, Missouri. On the 17th, moving right along, Hell is Ohio Festival. That must be interesting concept in Fairfield, Ohio. Also on the 17th, these are all about the same time.
All right, we can wrap it up. I think it's time for Bizarro. I mean, there's a lot.
It goes
a lot
on and
to
on
soak
and
up.
on. I want to go to the mall. Okay.
But yeah, so they have I posted in the chat. They've got a live stream concert section.
Nice.
They have a guide on live concert streams. So check that out. If you want, give you an idea of what's out there.
Happening site, dude.
Yeah, nice find by the Canuck.
Yo, baby.
So,
all right, we'll support your local musician. Go to a festival. That's my wrap
indeed.
on that.
And we've got Bizarro News now.
Do we have any bizarre?
I just put together a finely curated list of Bizarro News for everyone's enjoyment. And we're going to start off with Black Bear forces its way into British Columbia man's car. This is from UPI.com, so let's check out the video.
A black bear is being blamed for tearing through a car and leaving behind a trail of destruction.
Wow.
NSTV's Angela Jung shows us it's not the first time a bear has broken into a vehicle in the area.
Holy shit, be careful. Don't let us walk on it.
This is how Michael Allison found his sedan Tuesday morning. Broken glass everywhere. This metal frame of the back door bent all the way forward.
To get in, it just went as far as to bend an entire metal door down, right? So it didn't just pull a handle to get in, it actually shredded its way in.
The culprit left clues.
So it was Bear was supposed to figure out how to pull the handle and open the door properly like a human?
And then it must be the bear because we see it so often. And I mean, what else can just rip the door in half like that, right?
I guess he's probably expected it to leave a note and also be able to talk, right?
That's just woken up from a winter sleep.
I just saw an opportunity to rip open a tin can and get some food.
Allison says he didn't leave any garbage though, but had spilled some
Can you
coffee
play that
on the
again? I
passenger
missed.
seat.
I've got to see that. I missed the first part because I was trying to get the earbud in.
For tearing through a car and leaving behind a trail of destruction. NSTV's Angela Jung shows us it's not the first time a bear has broken into a vehicle in the area.
Holy shit, be careful. Don't let us walk on it.
This is how Michael Allison found his sedan Tuesday morning. Broken glass everywhere. This metal frame of the back door bent all the way forward.
To get in, it just went as far as to bend an entire metal door down, right? So it didn't just pull a handle to get in, it actually shredded its way in.
The culprit left clues.
And then it must be the bear because we see it so often. And I mean, what else can just rip a door in half like that, right?
It's possibly their neighborhood black bear that's just woken up from a winter sleep.
I just saw an opportunity to rip open a tin can and get some food.
Allison says he didn't leave any garbage though, but had spilled some coffee on the passenger seat. The smell may have enticed the animal. Wildlife experts believe the bear has likely broken into other vehicles before.
Most often when bears break into things, it's because
Oh
they've done so
my
successfully in the
God.
past and received a food reward of some sort.
The same thing happened around this time last year in nearby Rossland.
We still couldn't quite figure out like what the noise was, and we stood there for a minute and our truck was shaking in our driveway.
In Stanton's case, the door closed on the bear and it was trapped inside. With the help of police, the animal made it out safely, but not before making a huge mess.
I guess the best thing about retelling the story is that hopefully it saves somebody else from having their vehicle destroyed.
To prevent this from happening, wildlife experts say lock doors and remove all attractants from the vehicle. Angela Jung, CTV News, Vancouver.
Yeah, but these bears can literally rip the door off the frame.
Okay. I this is from my neighborhood. This is from the same region as me. So, uh, yeah, sorry about that. Um, I had a I had a bear. I'd say probably about 400 pounds. It had lifted a freezer on the porch. It had knocked over a whole bunch of lumber that was on top of the freezer. It had lifted the freezer up, and the freezer probably weighed about 300 or 400 pounds. And it was trying to tear into it on the front porch before we finished it. I have had bears in the kitchen, like wandering around in the kitchen. But this bear and the car, that's a new one on me. I was just thinking about it last night because I got a lot of food in my RV. Yeah, but I thought, yeah, it'll be safe in the RV. But oh man, so yeah, I know bear country. That's a
I
good
would
one.
get it out of the RV.
Well, no, I think I'm okay. We keep a pretty close eye on the bears around here. They're but that bear is definitely a nuisance, and I'm surprised they'll probably give me a follow up story about them taking either capturing it and taking it way out in the woods, or probably it's going to have to be put down because once they get domesticated, they pretty much have to be put down. So people should never leave stuff out for bears. If they get used to human food or human stuff, that's it. It's game over.
Yeah.
So that's my bear take. Oh yeah, that one
And
hit
then
home, man.
this one's good. We've got also from UPI.com, cockatiel lost for 3 years, identified with help from a TV theme song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for this issues. This videos are not loading quickly here, but let's check this out.
When I first walked up the steps, there was this item on the corner, and I then paid attention to it, and it was a bird.
Louise Duncan was concerned about the little bird on the front porch of Christ United Methodist Church.
I knew it was not a normal bird that comes by because it had and I think it was an orange or yellow plume.
So she and the pastor called the animal rescue group Orca and corralled the bird into a box.
He was very feisty. He did not want to be in a box, wanted to get out of his claws were already coming out of the little handle hole there.
Yeah, easily picked him up, put him in the carrier, brought him right back to the office.
And posted pictures of the cockatiel on social media.
Within the hour, I think it was honestly even 30 minutes, I got the comment from Trish.
An Ephrata family recognized the bird right away. Their cockatiel, named Lucky.
Yes, the bird's name is Lucky.
Had escaped 3 years ago. They sent pictures to Orca to see if it was a match.
We were pretty sure, like 90% sure.
There was a way to be absolutely certain. Lucky's owners say they taught him how to dance to the theme song from the Andy Griffith Show. So they decided to give it a try.
He started whistling that song and the bird started dancing, kind of bobbing his head, and yeah, so we knew then that it had to be the same bird.
What a great song to dance to, I might add. I mean, how many of us don't like the Andy Griffith Show?
Lucky's rescuers don't think it was chance he landed on their door.
We take care of all God's creatures from the church.
Turns out Lucky was really blessed. And Shannon, WGAL News 8.
So there you go.
That's pretty neat.
Indeed. And then this one. So there you go. This one's a little disturbing here, coming from Sky News. You got a monitor going? Canuck?
Yeah, this thing, it turned itself on for some reason.
You got runaway autoplay.
Coming from Sky News.
Oh, come on, baby, talk to me.
Yeah, it turned itself on. You got runaway autoplay coming from Sky News.
I've been taken over by the metaverse. There we go. I didn't do it.
All right, so is it still there? Florida man arrested after stealing a crossbow by stuffing it down his trousers. Darren Durant, 46, used a pair of cutting tools to remove the security tag on a Raven Rio crossbow. And there he is, trying to stuff it down there with his jib jabber. Let's see what the video. Don't try this at home, please, or in a store that sells crossbows.
Like,
what the?
Really?
What? His pants are falling down.
That's ridiculous.
he's hanging low there. Look at him.
Yeah.
It seems like he wanted to get caught. But deeply disturbing, nonetheless.
Bacon being crippled. Oh, well. What some people will do.
That's it. That's the show. Had to end it in the most bizarre fashion possible.
I got good news, though. On the bizarro front, remember the goat and the horse? The horse riding goat thing? Person?
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. I got good news. I'm in touch with them. I should be able to, in the very near future, I'm going to be able to interview the horse and I'm going to interview the goat. And we'll probably, that's coming up. I've gotten in touch. It's right there in Cristova. I know people that know them. And apparently the woman's a real character. She's got all kinds of crazy things happening with animals. So I think this is going to be worthy.
All right. Well, that'd be good. Check that out. That'll be a good stream.
Yeah. All right. Well, we banged out exactly pretty much an hour and a half, as we usually do. We want to thank you very much. The whole festival thing, I know it went on for a while, but that's because there's so many of the darn things. So I really encourage you to go to the link that's somewhere and check out that website. I mean, it's pretty friggin' amazing, actually. And the Yankee soundkick.com. And then you found a live streams page there too, right? I believe.
Yeah, I posted that also in the chat. But yeah, it's all, you can get it all through the show notes.
Nice. All right. Well, that's a wrap for this week. Well, have a happy Easter or happy Wester, depending where you are.
Happy Easter, everybody.
And for those of you in the Kootenai neighborhood, I'm playing the Library Lounge tonight, filling in for my friend Nico. So there's no real Easter music. Christmas has its own music, but can you think of any? Oh, Peter Cottontail, should I play a jazz version here?
Yeah, why not?
No, I don't know if I can Miles Davis that one or not. All right, we'll have a.
You can work on it. Work on it beforehand. Maybe.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll rehearse it. Yeah, they're going to be clamoring. I've gotten so many requests in my career for Peter Cottontail that I could count them on no hands. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Be sure to contact variant-news.com with any comments, suggestions, or show notes.
All right, everybody. Enjoy your Easter egg hunt and candy and all that. And take care. We'll see everybody on the other side of things. Later.
My tree. I love my woman.